Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining part two of our series, Mastering the Basics. Today, we're going to talk about Tenant Connect, which is the tenant portal. We're going to give a couple of minutes for people to trickle in. In the meantime, we'd love to hear where you're tuning in from. I see a few people are contributing already. We're based out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So tell us where you're coming in from. We will have some time for Q&A at the end, so we do encourage everyone to ask questions throughout. We'll try to answer everybody's questions, but if we're not able to, we would highly encourage you to meet with us one-on-one. We can have a better conversation in terms of your specific operation. Also, the recording of this is going to be sent out to everyone who is registered, so you'll be able to review this additionally. Or if you couldn't make it live, you're going to get the recording sent out after. To get started, we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves first.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jess Lisandro, and I will be the main presenter today reviewing Tenant Connect, both the customer-facing and the admin portal for you guys.
Awesome. And I'm Matt. I am an account manager with DaVinci and been here for a little over 2 years now. And I've been in the industry for a little over 5. So we're excited to share some of this stuff with you. I'd like to highlight some upcoming events for those of you who are attending the SSA Fall Conference in Vegas. We'll be there. We'll be in booth number 129. So we would love for you to stop by and say hello in person. So definitely head on out there if you haven't been. It's a great experience for operators. Awesome. Before we talk about the tenant experience, I did want to ask a question for the chat here. Does your facility currently offer any form of self-service tenant access? You can answer yes, no, maybe you're planning to. We'd love to hear what everyone's currently doing. But with that, I'll kick it off to Jess to get started.
Great. Thanks, Matt. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Tenant Connect is a tenant experience app. It's going to allow your tenants to self-service. When the tenant arrives on site, they have the ability to scan a QR code. It's going to prompt them with a mobile app. They don't have to download anything new or remember any password or additional sign-in information. Perfect. And then how the tenants get verified, they receive a one-time password OTP with their to verify their phone number that connects then to your facility management software. The Tenant Connect allows you to have an access list facility. The unlock codes and the gate opens instantly. Perfect. And Tenant Connect does allow your tenants to self-service. They can manage their rentals independently through Tenant Connect, including payments, renting new units, or even requesting a move out.
Jess, what's the most common feedback that you hear from tenants using this system for the first time?
Tenants love it. They love the ability to self-service. They don't have to remember any additional passwords or usernames. They just scan that QR code and they're signed into their account automatically. It alleviates them having to call any facility managers. So they'll have all of that access right there at their fingertips, and they do enjoy that experience.
Awesome.
Perfect. And we are just going to play a quick video for you right now.
Check out a facility where DaVinci's 3 innovative products work together to automate access for both the operator and their tenants. When a tenant arrives at the facility, they will scan a QR code. Instantly, the GOAT and Tenant Connect guide them through a secure process, either making a quick payment or opening the gate if they're already paid. Once inside, they tap Unlock Unit to receive a personalized access code via text. Our integrated solutions not only simplify entry, but also streamline operations and drive growth for your facility.
This video is a great example of all 3 of the DaVinci products working in tandem.
Awesome. And just bringing back the poll results, we had asked everyone if you currently have some form of self-service tenant access on site. It looks like we had a few people contribute here. I see a lot of yeses, which is great. We love that. Hopefully it's Tenant Connect. But this is cool. For those of you who are still learning and considering what to do, hopefully this is informative. Let's see.
All right, so we have our mobile app pulled up here for you. You can see that the tenants have two options when they first scan that QR code to sign in. This new customer button is going to prompt your tenants to rent a space directly through your online rental URL. So they're renting it through your facility management software. And then as an existing customer, the tenants have their ability to make a payment. With this payment option, you can update it for auto payments and even payment in advance up to 6 months. Perfect. And then Tenant Connect will also have the access for the tenants. They will have your gate access code there listed. If you have the goat, it will also open the gate for you. And their unlock code will provide them the code for the DaVinci lock that's securing their unit. And if they are past due, they are prompted to make their past due payment, and then they'll gain the access to their overlock code. Perfect. And then again, rent a space. If the tenant needs to rent an additional unit at a facility or maybe a separate site, they can use that option. It'll bring them directly to your online rental portal, and they can proceed from there. And the move out request, this is a request to move out. It does not facilitate the move out. What it will do is it's going to prompt the tenant to take a picture of their unit. So you'll have a picture shown of the cleared out unit. We'll make sure there's no trash, nothing left behind in there. The tenant will then send that picture via email to your facility manager. The picture will be verified on site that it was actually taken when the tenant was there by GPS location and the phone number the tenant rented their unit with. So once the facility manager receives that email, they're able to approve or deny that request accordingly. And as a vendor and employee, they do have the option to use Tenant Connect to access either the GOAT or their vendor unit. Now, Tenant Connect is fully white labeled. You'll see here that we are able to completely customize it with your company's colors, your brand logo, all of that good information. An example right here is going to be for Carolina Secure Storage. We are just looking at the demo one, and you can see compared to the demo how white labeled the Tenant Connect app actually is.
Jess, how hard is it for a facility to set up their own branding within Tenant Connect?
It is super duper easy. We'll definitely show you that in just a few minutes here, but setting up your own branding, your own portal will take you no more than a few minutes tops. And we wanted to highlight some exciting testimonials from tenants who do currently use Tenant Connect. We have Carolina Secure Storage. Tenants love the ability to access their tenant portal using the signage. Perfect. Beautiful. And then we also have one here. The tenants really do enjoy the extra security and remote management of the ability to use Tenant Connect. Feel free to just take a look at some of the highlighted text here, but we can pop to the next slide too. Beautiful. And then Carolina Secure Storage, again, we have a tenant who enjoys how the increased security of their using Tenant Connect and the DaVinci system as their tenant portal and their lock for their unit. So it's always very positive to have tenants who are currently using Tenant Connect highlight the big benefits of it.
Awesome. Just out of these three things, like seamless access, remote management and access, increased security, which of these do you think that the typical facility can achieve quickest?
Easily, right away, we can have that remote management feature available. Once Tenant Connect is implemented, it can be used immediately. Same with the increased security with the Tenant Connect and DaVinci Solutions products, you immediately increase your security at the facility. However, custom signage is custom, so it might take a few weeks to get to you.
Awesome. So pretty quick out the gate.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, we went through what the customer experience looks like with Tenant Connect. We want to highlight now what the Tenant Connect experience looks like for you as an operator. Once you sign into your Tenant Connect account, you'll have your dashboard page here. And this can be filtered from today all the way up to 3 months prior. So you'll have a breakdown of the amount of payments made through Tenant Connect, move out requests made, how many times that QR code has been scanned. And if you have a gate or the goat at your facility, you'll have a breakdown of your gate access details. Perfect. Alrighty. And within Tenant Connect, you are able to create as many subdomains as you need. So if you have additional brands to be added one day, you can easily do so here from your portal page. Setting up your subdomain is incredibly easy. As mentioned, it just takes maybe a few minutes tops, but we are also happy to facilitate with creating these portals on our end as well. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. And for your QR codes, you'll have a list of all of your QR codes associated with your GOAT or your Tenant Connect account. Those QR codes can be found right on this page if you need to download a new one, or if you need to even create a secondary QR code in the future, you can easily do so here.
Jess, these QR codes that we're creating in Tenant Connect, what if I've printed signage all over and I need to make a change? What do I need to make new signage with a new QR?
That's a great question, Matt. No, you do not. Our QR codes are dynamic. So no matter what, you don't have to make a new QR code or a new change to your signage.
Very cool.
Yes. Perfect. And down here, we have your facilities. This tab is going to list all of the facilities included with your facility management integration in Tenant Connect. On the right side of the page, under subdomains, it'll give you the subdomain each facility is associated with. That way we can always check and make sure that the correct facilities are associated with the correct subdomain, or if they need to be added, you can do so as well. Perfect. And company settings, this page is going to allow you to customize the features in your Tenant Connect app. We have the payment settings options, allowing tenants to prepay or to even support auction buyers. Tenants can we can have them update their security when they first sign in with a bypass code, or if they need their OTP. And then for notifications, sorry, Matt. There we go. For notifications for those move out requests, if you want them to be sent to a specific email address, you can add that email address here, or it'll be updated within your facility management software automatically. And support, this will allow you to either include a support button on your Tenant Connect app for your tenants or disable it. If you want your tenants to be able to quickly reach out with a support request, we can have that enabled. If that's not something you really want them to be able to do, we can make sure that that's turned off for you. And for those who are interested or currently have the GOAT, you will have your gate management listed on this gate management page. It'll give you a breakdown of the GOAT's signal and strength to make sure that it's working accurately. Perfect. And then that last tab down there is just going to be for your vendors. If you do need a vendor to have access to your facility, whether they're there for doing some construction or landscaping, we can have them added as a vendor, and they can access the facility without having to rent a unit. Perfect.
Awesome. Before we move on to the next part, we do want to ask another poll question in the chat. Do you currently have signage on site that direct tenants to these self-service tools that you've implemented, for those of you that do?
And our newest feature or product is the GOAT, our gate operator access technology. The GOAT is going to be set up with a SIM card, so you don't need to have any additional hardwiring or Wi-Fi service. It is QR instant access and a very quick install with just 4 wires. This pairs perfectly with Tenant Connect and works in tandem with all 3 DaVinci Lock products. And we'd be happy to chat with you more about the GOAT. feel free to either book some time with Matt and I if you are interested in that. And available on our website, we do have custom signage. These signage will be branded to you guys. As mentioned, it's all customizable. The sign will allow your facility to stand out. It's going to show that benefit of the QR code. It's large, branded, and attention grabbing. And we do recommend placing that signage everywhere. We have different sorts of signage available, either these gate banners, these standing signs, or even just posters you can place around your facility. But the signage will help keep your tenant experience process clean and simple. Straightforward language and visuals will direct your tenants to the Tenant Connect app and allow them to self-service.
Jess, with signage, what is one thing you see people making mistakes with, and how can we prevent that?
Yeah. So with signage, one thing that we have seen quite often in the past is not a lot of people are considering UV coverage. So our signs do come with UV coverage, and this will allow your signs to withstand that summer heat wherever you are, or we're in the South, so it's hot down here today. But just keep those signs lasting a lot longer so you don't have to spend money and replace them as often as maybe you have in the past.
All right, so increasing the shelf life of those the outdoor signage
Exactly.
makes sense. To bring it back to the poll question, we'd asked if anybody has signage that directs people to these self-service tools. Seen a few no's. It doesn't look like we have a lot of people that are directing people to those self-service options. So something to consider. Could help.
Perfect.
All right. Awesome. We'll definitely do some Q&A now. I saw a few questions that came through here. Let's see here. Jeremy asked, does this work with Hummingbird? And if we're on the premium tier, are these services part of that, or is it an additional cost?
Hi, Jeremy. That's a great question. Currently, we are still working with Hummingbird to roll out Tenant Connect. We will definitely keep you in the loop on that. But with your premium tier, Tenant Connect is already included.
Awesome. So it sounds like we want to have it with every FMS platform, and we are working on it.
Yes, we are.
All right. Sarah asks, am I able to customize the wordage on the signs on our website?
Sarah, great question. You are able to customize that. We will work with you the entire process with our signed vendor to make sure everything is exactly how you want it. You will receive as many proofs as needed before the signs are signed off on and sent out.
Awesome. Jeremy asks, does the GOAT work with existing gate operators and software? So can it work in tandem with what you already have?
That's a great question. Yes, it does. The GOAT is a little device that will just be connected to your gate. It'll work in tandem with that. And then it'll allow your tenants just to scan that QR code. With your integration, it will also give you a record of who is entering the facility and when.
Awesome. Sarah asks, my FMS gives me a tenant portal. Why is Tenant Connect better? Okay.
That's also a great question, Sarah. So with the Tenant Connect, your tenants won't have to create a new account. They don't have to download a new app and create a new password and username in addition to all of those are already remembering. Tenants can just scan that QR code, and with their integration and their phone number, that's just exactly how they'll sign in. They don't have to take any extra steps. But it does work in tandem if you do have a current tenant portal, and your tenants would prefer to use that one and remember that username and password.
All right. Caleb says, how can we confirm my DaVinci account is linked to the Tenant Connect portal? We can absolutely help you with that. We definitely want to play Connect 101 and dive into your settings, but we can help confirm that for you. Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions that we can help answer? Awesome. Well, we really appreciate everyone's time today. We do encourage you to schedule a meeting with us to talk one-on-one. Definitely, if you're curious about things that you have or things that you do have access to, Corey asked, how does the auction support work? So we'll answer this question real quick.
Matt, as an operator, I know you were one in the past. How would you best explain the auction process with Tenant Connect and how it can benefit both you as the operator and the tenants?
Yeah, so in the Tenant Connect app, we have a section to give access to an auction buyer. So what it means is if you're using a third-party auctioneer service, there's usually some kind of invoice number or transaction ID that's associated with that. And within the Tenant Connect app, you can gain access to a unit that you've paid for and clear it out all virtually. So if you're doing a remote deposit or like a credit card deposit, the auction buyer could pay the deposit, gain access to the unit, clear it out, send you a picture, and then you can, facilitate all of that remotely. You don't have to go meet the auction buyer at the unit. And if you wanted to get together with us and see like a live demo of that auction flow, we could provide that to you. Thanks, Corey. Caleb asked, will we provide a link to book a call? Yes, absolutely. Christy, it looks like Christy got a link in there, but we should have some methods to connect with us put in here. Yeah, great question, Corey and Caleb. Thank you guys. And then, awesome. Yeah, please feel free to connect with us one-on-one. We'd love to know about your operations and there's something we could do to help supplement that. Please feel free to come see us in Vegas. And thank you all for joining. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all. It was great to chat with you today.